YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and I got to give a shout out to my girl Jackie J. She pretty much asked me about my thoughts about Miesha Tate wanting to fight Cris Cyborg. Well, Miesha, I think this is very cupcake of you, very cupcake. You said that you would give Holly Holm a rematch, and now you don't want to. But I do have to admire you at the same time because you want to get in the ring with Cris Cyborg. First of all, there are a lot of top, women's MMA fighters that really don't want to get in the ring with Cris Cyborg. Ronda Rousey being one of those people. Ronda Rousey ducked Cris Cyborg. But if you look at the screen, you can see why Ronda Rousey want no parts of Cris Cyborg. You can see why. If you look at this screen, this is total damn destruction. Okay, I mean everybody put in Cris Cyborg path. She destroyed him, and that's just the way that is. I mean, honestly and truthfully, I can understand why somebody would want to duck her. I mean, look at this, man. Look at this. I mean, do y'all remember back in 2009, I think, or 2010? They was building up the fight, Cris Cyborg versus Gina Carano, and they were talking about how Gina Carano was this beautiful woman who could fight and had all these skill sets, and they was talking about how Cris Cyborg was this brawler, unorthodox, and it was gonna be skill versus will and all this other stupid stuff, man. But they was, pretty much hyping up Gina Carano, saying that Gina Carano was going to be the one to just totally destroy Cris Cyborg. That's what they were saying. And Cris Cyborg went in there and ran through Gina Carano. I'm talking about ran right through her. And, here's the thing, man. Gina Carano was catching Cris Cyborg flush with a lot of shots, man. But it's like she catching her and Cris Cyborg walking forward. I mean, she catching Cris Cyborg with a lot of those leg sweeps. Cris Cyborg walking forward. I mean, she eating punches, eating kicks, and walking through that and looking at you and smiling. That's got to be frustrating. So for Miesha Tate, yeah, I really do take my hat off to her, man, for wanting to get in the ring with Cris Cyborg. But I think Miesha Tate is completely tailor-made for Cris Cyborg. See, let me tell you what Miesha Tate is thinking. I'm telling y'all, I know what she's thinking. I was able to defeat Holly Holm with the wrestling, because Holly Holm is a striker, Cris Cyborg is a striker. That's where their similarities in, okay? Cris Cyborg and Holly Holm are complete polar opposites in the ring. They are nowhere near the same. And if Miesha Tate thinks that she can employ that same game plan that she did against Holly Holm, against Cris Cyborg, she's going to be beaten very easily, okay? See, Holly Holm is not much of an inside fighter. She's not. She don't know how to fight on the inside very well. Cris Cyborg lives for the inside. And see, that's why I say that Miesha Tate is tailor-made for Cris Cyborg. Cris Cyborg, what she does to wrestlers, she beats them more convincingly than she does, strikers. Cris Cyborg beats the hell out of wrestlers because wrestlers want to fight on the inside. They don't want to keep it on the outside. And if you notice, man, I'm really finna talk about that. If Miesha Tate tries to come in on the inside against Cris Cyborg like she did against Holly Holm, Cris Cyborg, maybe 9 times out of 10, she's going to defend the takedown. And if she's taken down, she's going to merely throw Miesha Tate off her. Is Cris Cyborg vulnerable? Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, like how she's vulnerable. But Miesha Tate coming in on the inside probably would be a bad thing because a lot of wrestlers, they try to, they'll slip up under, punches and kicks that Cris Cyborg would do. They'll slip them, and they'll go up under those kicks and punches, and they'll grab Cris Cyborg by the leg or by the waist. And some of them are successful at taking her down. The thing of it is, though, see, once she's down, Cris Cyborg is still a live dog. Remember, she likes to fight on the inside. So taking Cris Cyborg to the ground, too, is not such a good idea. Because, she has strong, her abs, man, her abductor muscles, and man, they're very strong. So she's good at rotating. She can rotate you off of her and then get ground control. We'll see if she's got ground control, she's going to hammer fist you to death. And I've seen her do that, man. Even her last opponent, Daria, I want to say her last name is Abragmova, if I got the name right. You guys know what I'm talking about. Abragmova was a very good wrestler, man. A very good wrestler. She even took, Cris Cyborg off her feet a couple of times, but she couldn't do anything. She couldn't do anything because every time she made an attempt to take Cris Cyborg down, she was met with about 10 punch combinations, knees, and all kind of stuff, man, that Abragmova, she couldn't deal with it, man. And Cris Cyborg has this mauling, brawling type style where she's overrunning these fighters, man, and they can't do anything but put their hands over their face and just hope that the time run out. I'm so serious, man. That's what she's doing to these wrestlers. And, if you're a wrestler, it's tough. You're going to have a tough time trying to beat Cyborg because she wants you to try to take her to the ground. She wants you to try to bring the fight to the inside because that's where Cris Cyborg is the most comfortable. She's very comfortable. Now, a style like Holly Holm would give Cris Cyborg a lot of problems. And I know y'all saying, but Miesha Tate beat Holly Holm. See, listen, I don't believe in triangle theories. I don't. And you can see why Ronda Rousey, clearly ducked this woman, man. Ronda Rousey is she's a grappler. Grapplers are tailor-made for Cris Cyborg. But see, Holly Holm could easily keep Cris Cyborg at a range because Cris Cyborg don't really want to grapple. She don't want to try to, take you down with throws or, she don't want to do all of that. She don't want to do that at all, man. Cris Cyborg wants to strike. She wants to stand with you. Holly Holm wants to stand with you. So both of those guys know the fight won't go to the ground. Holly Holm could box the crap out of her, keep her at a distance at the end of her jab. And Holly Holm has respectable power too, so Cris Cyborg isn't going to completely run through Holly Holm. But see, a style like Holly Holm would have to wear Cris Cyborg down. You have to wear her down. See, you have to wear her down over time, man. You ain't going to, try to pounce in there and knock her out. She's too strong. Holly Holm could actually get the job done. But Miesha Tate going to have a tough time because, see, she's short, man. And she don't have the range like a Holly Holm has. She don't have that range. So think about it, man. Her trying to jab Cris Cyborg to death won't work, man. It's not going to work. Miesha Tate is at a disadvantage. Like, she would really, really, really have to come up with a different game plan. But the style that's most suitable to defeat a Cris Cyborg is that rangy boxer type that could keep her at a distance with a jab and kick. I mean, that's just the way that is. I'm happy Miesha Tate want to do this, man. She want to, get it on with Cris Cyborg. But her style is tailor-made. She is going to have to work on, man. She got to work on her combination punches, her blocking. I mean, Miesha Tate has to work on a lot, man, to really get this woman because, really trying to submit her. Cris Cyborg can be submitted. She's open for a submission. She really is. You see, I noticed something, man, when she got taken down in one of her matches. She fought against a wrestler, and a wrestler actually got her in a toe hold submission. Kind of crazy, and she almost would have pulled it off, but the thing of it is, though, when Cris Cyborg is on the ground, man, she's a completely live dog, and she's not worn down. See, in order to submit Cris Cyborg, she's going to have to be worn down. Like, I'm talking about really worn down from, just punches and kicks, man. And the best thing to do, you got to have to kick her in the solar plexus, man. You got to take that air out of her. You got to take the air out of her, man. So by the time you ready to submit Cris Cyborg, she ready for it. I mean, she ready to be submitted. But, the thing of it is, though, man, that's like really, really wishful thinking, man, because Cris Cyborg got the stamina of a freaking horse, man. It's like round 1, she throwing punches at you. You trying to rest, she's still throwing punches. Round 5, she's still coming at you, man. Cris Cyborg trying to get you out of there for all 5 rounds. So what do? It's going to take a rangy type of opponent, man, that can keep this woman at a distance. And that's the person that can wear her down. And that's all she wrote. If you can wear her down, you can submit her. But, I think just trying to punch her to death and kick her to death, that ain't going to work. Trying to take her to the ground, that ain't going to work. You see, you're going to have to understand how to, to throw a lot of counter punches with Cris Cyborg. Counter punches, kicks, wear her down. Then, and only then, when you have to submit her. Because knocking her out is not going to happen. Okay? The only way Cris Cyborg can be defeated is by a submission attempt. Okay? That's just it. She's not going down from no kick. She's not going to go down. Cris Cyborg can take an unusual amount of punishment, man. She can. And she doesn't stop coming. And that's my breakdown. That's how I think that Cris Cyborg or Miesha Tate could pull it off. But I don't think Miesha Tate have the tools to pull that off. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.